CBS 46 News at 6 starts now.
After days and days and days of rain, we finally, that's right, saw the sun today. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Mike Dunstan.
And I'm Brittany Miller. This is pretty much the first weekend without rain, I think, that we've had in a very, very long time. And Molly's going to tell us now that the sun is going to stay for a very, very long time. Right, Molly?
It is. It is going to stay for quite some time here in Atlanta, here in Georgia. CBS 46 pinpoint radar right now. There is not a drop of rain on radar, and I think a lot of people are happy for that this weekend. And we got the nice weather just in time to enjoy it on the weekend across the entire southeast. We're staying dry. We have beautiful skies like this. The sun is just now going down. Since winter began, that's typically our day with the shortest daylight hours. We've gained about 10 minutes as far as the sunset goes. That's just going to continue to get longer. Right now, 55 in Atlanta, 51 in Marietta, and 55 in Athens. Tracking it hour by hour. We are going to be cold again tonight, but the wind will start to subside. By tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the low 40s. It'll feel like the upper 30s outside, but we have gorgeous weather on the way for tomorrow. I'll break it all down in just a few minutes. Mike, Brittany.
All right, thank you, Molly. And tonight we are in day 15 of the partial government shutdown. Here's the latest. Several lawmakers on both sides say they will decline their paychecks or have the money donated. White House officials will not receive raises during the shutdown standoff. And House Democrats are against paying for the border wall President Trump said Mexico was supposed to pay for. President Trump tweeted today, "I don't care that most of the workers not getting paid are Democrats. I want to stop the shutdown as soon as we are in agreement on strong border security." And tonight that shutdown is affecting many people who keep things moving across our nation, including air traffic control employees.
That's right. CBS 46's Yasmina Alston is live at the Air Route Traffic Control Center in Hampton. Yasmina, they're working with no pay as well.
Well, Brittany and Mike, air traffic controllers already have a stressful job as it is, but right now they're working with no pay. And despite that, they're still coming into work to make sure that you're safe when you get onto your flight. Now, the center behind me controls all of the planes that go into and out of Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, as well as Charlotte's Airport, making it the busiest air traffic control center in the world. It's a well-oiled machine that works with planes as they go up in the air, as they're coming down, and then, of course, while they're in the air. Safety and efficiency is what they go by. And these are just some of the people directly affected by the government shutdown during a time that they're already in the middle of a 30-year decline in staffing. And, of course, right now, they can't do any more training.
We can't do any sort of classroom or simulation training in the building behind us. It's a stalemate. So we're unable to train new people, we're unable to hire new people, and we're stuck with what we got. And on top of that, about 18% of our national workforce is eligible to retire today.
Coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, we'll let you hear more about how this partial government shutdown affects those working in this building and how they work to keep you safe. We're live in Hampton. Yasmina Alston, CBS 46 News.
Thank you, Yasmina. CNN is reporting hundreds of TSA workers are calling out sick at major airports during the shutdown. The report does not mention Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, but it suggests wait times could be affected all over the country if TSA employees do continue to call out sick in protest. We spoke with travelers today who are happy the sick calls aren't affecting them yet.
That's really tough, and I appreciate them still coming to work and hanging in there. I have a daughter going back to college, so if they weren't, on their job, I'd have to drive to Nashville, Tennessee.
This is a hard job, I understand this is a hard job. And then on top of that, to not be getting paid, it's rough. It's rough, and I can understand.
Now, we did reach out to this TSA branch here in Atlanta for a response, but a spokesperson could not comment because he is furloughed. The shutdown still impacting places here, though, including the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park and Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield Park. If you want to get some more updates on this government shutdown, you can do it on our free app. Just text CBS 46 to 23765.
Right now, some emergency work is going on to help clear a flooded Cobb County pump station. This after we told you how a pump failure caused untreated wastewater to be released into a creek. Officials say their main priority is to stop the sewage overflows.
The challenge right now is to make sure we minimize as much as possible any impact on our people and the environment. Get the water levels down inside the well to a level where we can start redirecting it, the wastewater back into the water treatment plant.
Workers are hoping to have everything back to normal by the end of the weekend. We are updating you on our free app. Be the first to know. Text CBS 46 at 23765.
2 men are recovering at Grady Hospital right now after both of them were shot in their legs. The men were found by police at 2 different locations, one on Delmar Lane and the other on MLK Jr. Drive. However, investigators tell us both incidents are related. We'll tell you what we find out in the coming hours. The Walton County Narcotics Unit is showing off their latest drug bust. After searching a home on Birch Street, officers found pot, prescription pills, a gun, and large amounts of money. 2 people were arrested.
Tonight, we're working to learn the identity of a woman killed in a hit and run in Atlanta. This happened last night at James Jackson Parkway and Proctor Street here in northwest Atlanta. Police are working to gather more information, and so far a vehicle description has not been released. We're going to keep updating you as we get more information on this story. You know, at any given moment, there are more than 3,000 people looking for a place to sleep tonight. And that's only in Fulton County. Yeah, such a large number. One group plans to change that, and there is big money to make it happen. CBS 46 reporter Bobeth Yates shows you that plan.
Since the Pine Street shelter closed, efforts are underway to find a place for those displaced in the community. But the momentum has picked up with the Super Bowl approaching, and officials are hoping to have a solution in place before the big game.
What we're proposing is a 24-hour service centers.
George Chitty with the Atlanta Downtown Improvement District says in less than a month, the area's homeless problem will look a lot different.
There are tent cities, frankly. There are encampments that have started to emerge around Atlanta. There's one under I-20, there's one under the bridge near Grady. And a lot of the folks who are there are chronically homeless and service resistant. They don't want help as it's being offered right now. And so one of the things we've found is that we need to be able to make help available in a way that they're actually going to want to take. And building a diversion center is part of that.
Chitty says the diversion center will be a permanent solution, offering services to help get the homeless off the street, as well as decrease the costs associated with housing the homeless at the jail or taking them to the hospital. And they're considering the Fanplex as the new location. But the plan has left many in the homeless community with mixed reactions.
It's an old story. Why is it all of a sudden the most important thing now? I did 11 years out here.
Well, if they're going to move the homeless people, I think they should put them in a place.
But Chitty says it's vital that something is done now because so many different organizations are donating to help solve the problem.
So, yeah, Central Atlanta Progress was worth 100. Midtown Alliance was worth 100. The Buckhead Neighborhood Association was worth 100. The Super Bowl was ultimately worth 100. And there's more from elsewhere.
Now, officials stress that even though they're looking to have something up and running before the Super Bowl, they are still looking for a permanent solution. And they're looking at several locations for this diversion center, including the current jail. But regardless of where they have it, they say they will have it up and running prior to the Super Bowl. Back to you.
And speaking of the Super Bowl, here's a live look at the Super Bowl 53 countdown clock. We are about 29 days away and some change, so it's going to get here quickly. But in the meantime, though, let's show you this here at Atlantic Station. I'm sure you've seen it if you're driving down I-85, I-75. This is a lot. They are building a lot there at Atlantic Station for some pretty awesome Super Bowl fun. The Foo Fighters will play a concert there, so they're building that stage, and that will happen the night before the game.
You hear them and see them. Atlanta streetcars ready for the big game. They've received a makeover. Streetcars are now hot pink and blue with the Super Bowl logo on the side. Kind of looks orange to me, right? Is that pink? I don't know.
Pink,
red?
Mike.
Okay.
It's pink.
Am I colorblind? Maybe.
Yep.
CBS 46 is the only station broadcasting live inside the Super Bowl fan experience. Live coverage starts on Saturday, January 26th. You know, many unexpected expenses can take a bite out of your budget. You've heard the old saying, being house poor.
That's right. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is buying too much house. There are a lot of extra expenses many don't really take into consideration when applying for a mortgage.
Of course, that doesn't exactly mean what you can afford on paper is what you truly can afford in practice. So you've got to consider all your other costs. Vehicles, unexpected bills, do you have money in the bank for savings? So I always recommend to be a little more conservative.
Make sure to tune into Public Affairs on Peach for tips on how to avoid the top financial mistakes, as well as short and long-term financial resolutions. That's tomorrow at 11:30 in the morning on Peachtree TV.
A sandwich shop in trouble.
If you're going to wipe your nose, clean your hands. You know better, right?
Right.
Oh boy, our exclusive restaurant report card. Who failed the inspection?
We have more sun on the way for Sunday, and we're going to be staying dry. The afternoons are staying mild for now, but we do have some colder weather in our 7-day forecast. I'll show you right after the break.
All right, Molly, let's take everybody live outside for a moment. This is a gorgeous sunset, isn't it, for Saturday? You see CNN, the Omni Hotel, you see also the College Football Hall of Fame, and in the distance, the Bends. Hello to Johns Creek, Duluth, Peachtree City, and Smyrna. You're watching CBS 46 News at 6 on a Saturday evening. Welcome back to CBS 46, everybody. Another fantastic live look at Lake Lanier. Molly is taking credit for these sunset shots. We're going to check in with her in just a moment. Shout out to Avondale Estates, Douglasville, Kennesaw, and College Park. You know, the restaurant report card is only right here on CBS 46, and this week's report could make you think twice about that refill.
That is right. CBS 46 reporter Adam Murphy found one restaurant where the soda machine had more than just soda. But first, a restaurant Adam found with a perfect health score.
It's a brand new year, which means new adventures on the restaurant report card. So I'm going to tell you about a little secret. I want you to know about my favorite Cuban sandwich in the city of Atlanta. It's right here at Crazy Cuban on 14th Street in Midtown Atlanta. Aldo Ramirez has been running this shop now for about 8 years, and he just opened the doors to his newly renovated spot, and it's absolutely beautiful. And let me tell you, the food here, amazing. People come here because it's authentic Cuban sandwiches. You can't beat it. And I'm going to tell you more about all the different options you have in a moment. But first, here's this week's Best and Worst Scores. We questioned a well-known sandwich shop in DeKalb County this week. Blampy on Flat Shoals Parkway in Decatur failed its last routine inspection with 62 points and a U for unsatisfactory. The report says deli meat was at an unsafe temperature. Plus, there was a black substance on the soda nozzles. And an employee wiped their nose, put on new gloves, and handled packaged deli meat without washing hands. Why would you wipe your nose and not wash your hands?
So sometimes, here I am standing like that, and sometimes eating like, so I do like that, and she's right here.
But you know not to do that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The manager said he's addressed all of the issues with his staff, and customers have nothing to worry about. If you're gonna wipe your nose, clean your hands. You know better, right?
Right.
Management even went so far as to clean the soda nozzles more frequently. A black substance on the soda nozzles is pretty nasty.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Now to some other scores. In Cobb County, Stony River at Cumberland Mall picked up 91 points. In Fulton County, Coco Sushi on Jonesbridge Road in Alpharetta is back on track with 95 points on a reinspection. And in Cobb County, Five Guys on the East-West Connector scored 99 points. And here at Crazy Cuban on 14th Street in Midtown Atlanta, they received a perfect 100 on their last health inspection. So congratulations, they're the winner of this week's Golden Spatula Award. Now when you come into this quaint little restaurant, there's a lot to choose from here. Let me show you. You can get the rice and beans. They also have the beef hash. How about the traditional Cuban sandwich on the menu? And over here you have the classic Cuban, which is basically the traditional. You just throw in the lettuce, onions, tomatoes, and those awesome jalapenos. All right, I can't wait to try some of this out. I'm going with the traditional. It's my favorite, and we will see you guys next week. Muy bueno, muchachos. Boy, that's good.
Muy bien. That classic Cuban looks really good.
It does. Oh my goodness.
Good food, good weather.
Yeah, we can walk. It's right not too far from us here at CBS 46 on
really
14th
close.
Street.
It's a great night to walk. I mean, we do have a little bit of wind out there. It's just a little bit cold, but overall, I think most of us are just happy that it's not raining anymore.
Oh my gosh.
It rained for every single day of the beginning of the year. Of course, now we're only a couple of days in, but that amounted to over 2 inches of rain, and usually our average throughout the entire month of January is 4 and close to 1/4 of an inch of rain, and so we're well on our way for January, I should say. And we're going to continue to see a few rain chances as we get into the later part of the week. You'll see that on our 7-day forecast. But for now, we're staying dry. The system that we saw over the end of the week, that's now pushing off into the Atlantic. And that dry weather is going to stick around for the next couple of days. High pressure is going to take charge. So not only is tomorrow morning going to be beautiful, but tomorrow afternoon, once again, a lot of sunshine and really mild temperatures close to the upper 60s. A few of us might even see the 70s tomorrow. Unbelievable for the beginning of January. Let's take a live view of Marietta Square where the sun is going down. We've seen some gorgeous sunsets this evening, and this is no exception. Right now in Marietta, it is 51 degrees. We will quickly fall into the 40s over the next couple of hours. Eventually, some of us might even see the upper 30s by tomorrow morning, and you factor in the really light wind that we're going to have out of the northwest, and that's going to be enough to drop our wind chill into the mid to upper 30s. 55 in Atlanta, 54 in Canton right now, and 54 in Covington. Through the overnight hours, the wind will start to subside. 41 in Atlanta, but by tomorrow morning, it's going to feel like the upper 30s. So taking a look at our wind chill by the time we get to around 7 o'clock in the morning, it feels like 39 in Athens, 39 in Atlanta, and 39 in Noonan. So the heavy winter coat, definitely a must for tomorrow morning, but check out this warm up we're going to see in the afternoon. Close to 60 by the lunchtime hour, plenty of sunshine. Get outside and enjoy it. We're actually going to top out 68 in Atlanta tomorrow. It's not going to break any records, but it is very impressive. Our normal high this time of year, 52 degrees. So we're going to be well above that. 70 in Athens, 70 in LaGrange, and 67 in Gainesville. We're going to stay dry on our 7-day forecast. I know everyone is excited to see this. We've been waiting for a long time. It started raining pretty much the day after Christmas, and it hasn't stopped raining since yesterday. The next best chance for rain is going to be on Saturday, so a week from now. There is a small chance that we could see a few showers on Tuesday, but right now the chances are so low that I've kept them out of our 7-day forecast. Mike, Brittany?
That's awesome. It's like San Diego weather.
I love it. I love it. Keep it coming, Molly. Thank you so much. Well, tonight we are tracking the names you're searching online.
Yeah, the biting words crooner John Legend has for controversial singer R. Kelly. Also, $750 million. That's how much a JonBenet Ramsey family member was suing for. We have the final word on this lawsuit tonight. And a judge making a major move in the copycat allegation against British singer Ed Sheeran.
And next in sports, did Georgia pick up some players to replace the guys who left? Highlights and commits from the All-American Bowl coming up next in sports.
And before you go, let's take a live look outside for a moment. This is Georgia 400 by the King and Queen building. Again, you can still see the sunset in the distance. What a beautiful day we had today. And there's more to come. In the meantime, though, hello to Doraville, Acworth, Norcross, and Union City. You are watching CBS 46 News at 6. Welcome back, everybody. Here's a look at what's trending right now online. Singer John Legend is making headlines on Google.
Yeah, according to People magazine, he's using his celebrity status to support the women who allege they were abused by R. Kelly. Now, Legend is just one of the only stars speaking out in the docuseries Surviving R. Kelly. On Twitter, he said, quote, "To everyone telling me how courageous I am for appearing in the doc, it didn't really feel risky at all. I believe these women and don't give a blank about protecting a serial child rapist. Easy decision. R. Kelly has brought so much pain to so many people. Time's up for R. Kelly," end quote. Representatives for Kelly responded no comment to People's request for a response.
Brooke Ramsey, the brother of John Benet Ramsey, is trending on MSN.com. According to Rolling Stone magazine, 2 years after he filed a $750 million defamation lawsuit against CBS, the two sides have reached a, quote, amicable resolution of their differences. It was over the network's docuseries, The Case of John Benet Ramsey. The TV show pushed the theory that Burke killed his younger sister in the infamous unsolved murder of the 6-year-old girl. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheek? Let's get it on.
All right, here's a question. Do those two songs sound familiar? Well, the late great singer Marvin Gaye trending on Yahoo. According to Fortune magazine, a U.S. District Court judge has ruled that a jury should decide whether singer Ed Sheeran's song Thinking Out Loud copied several parts of Marvin Gaye's classic Let's Get It On. Also, whether the rhythm in Let's Get It On should be copy protected in the first place. Sheeran says he did not copy Let's Get It On. He also argued that Thinking Out Loud has somber tones and centers on long-lasting romantic love, and that Gay's Let's Get It On is a sexual anthem.
Well, many of the best high school football players around the country were in San Antonio for the annual Army All-American Bowl, a game where many guys announced their college choice. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. East quarterback Graham Mertz is going to find Dominic Blaylock, the young man from Walton High School. He's a future Bulldog, and he's off 57 yards for the touchdown for the East. But what about his future teammates? Georgia picked up a big commit from the number 4 defensive back Tyreek Stevenson. Chose Georgia over Miami, but the Bulldogs lost out on Cedar Grove wideout Jaden Hazelwood, who chose Oklahoma over his home state Bulldogs. So that was a big pickup for Oklahoma right there. Well, the high school stars we just saw will replace some of the guys who left the Georgia program in recent days. And we've known Justin Fields was leaving. He transferred to Ohio State this week, and Friday some underclassmen teammates declared for the NFL draft. Wideout Riley Ridley decided he wants to join brother Calvin Ridley in the NFL, announcing he's leaving early. And then Ridley's announcement makes him the 4th Bulldog leaving, joining tight end Isaac Nada, running back Elijah Holyfield, and receiver Mecole Hardman. Well, today Georgia Tech celebrated its 40th season in the ACC, opening conference play against Wake Forest at McCamish Pavilion. New head football coach Jeff Collins meeting and greeting fans before tip-off today. First half action, James Banks hands it off to the freshman Michael DeVoe, who banks to the basket for the finish right there. Now there's more Banks. Going to block a shot. Here's one block. Get that out of here. And there's going to be one more shot. Blocked, and then the turnover to Alvarado to right. Kicks it to DeVoe, who drains the 3 right there in the corner. Jackets win 92-79. Georgia playing at Tennessee today in Coach Tom Crean's first SEC game. The Vols get it and go here with a big finish from Jordan Bowden. He had 20 for Tennessee. Then right before halftime, Georgia going for the bucket, and Kyle Alexander with a nice block to end the half. UT was up 29. Second half now, Tennessee with the feed to Kyle Alexander and one. Tennessee's up 27, and Tennessee crushes Georgia in Knoxville 96-50.
All right.
That's tough.
Thank you, Freddie.
Thank you so much, Fred.
All right, for Brittany Miller, meteorologist Molly McCullum, sports director Fred Khalil, and the entire CBS 46 News team, I'm Mike Dunstan. Thank you so much for watching at 6.
Be sure to stay tuned. CBS Evening News is next.